Greetings, my name is Sam Hendrick, and welcome to this Wholearth Wisdom video on Back to Nature series. Now you might be wondering, what does going back to nature has to do with a Whole Earth Healing Wisdom site? The truth is that in order to heal properly, we must come back to nature. The further mankind separates himself from nature, the more disease there will be in this world. Now, this whole Back to Nature series is about understanding the conscious earth and how to live in harmony with it. Most people don't understand the earth is conscious. We think everything's inanimate except for us. It's one of the big lies of society. What Whole Earth Wisdom is about on this Back to Nature series is educating you on the knowledge that nature is providing to us and is talking to us and wants us to learn all the time, except for we tend to ignore it because we're caught up in our own society lies and propaganda about having to have a job, a big house, big car, money, blah blah blah. Those are all lies. Coming back here, back to understanding your place in nature, living in harmony with it. That will bring about true healing. Why? Because it eliminates that society propaganda out of our brain. When we come back to nature, we come back to our spirit. The spirit that's inside of us. We become in contact with it again. It ain't some fanciful idea written in books in the ancient days by old men who had nothing else better to do. That's what society wants you to believe. There is no God. There is no spirit. We are just nothing but chemicals who migrated into this form from slop that came out of the stardust. Sounds like a pretty negative way of thinking. All that thinking will come to an end when you start understanding and coming back to nature. Now, in the Back to Nature video series, there are going to be a lot of videos on the different subjects, basically the consciousness of the earth, but also the consciousness of water, plants, animals, minerals, and we're going to understanding the various plants, animals, and minerals and how they enhance our lives and what we can do to enhance their lives. See, Back to Nature isn't all about what nature can do for us, it's what we can do also for nature. How we can enhance nature. When we enhance nature, in turn we enhance ourselves. We're going to get into that more when we get into, I'll have a little gardening series and to understand that deeper and better, because what we're going to do, we're going to enhance the soil to enhance the plants. We're going to learn how to enhance the seeds before we even put them into the soil. And thus we'll have higher energy, higher vibrancy plants with more nutrition. So when we eat them, we in turn ingest that energy and nutrition and enhance our bodies. It's a complete cycle, and it just enhances. It's really wonderful. So this isn't about green technologies or dancing fairies and all that stuff. It's not about sustainability either. The whole sustainability thing that people are on the kick of right now it's all more society propaganda and lies. What people are all calling sustainability now comes from a Agenda 21 memo that was written back in the late 60s and 70s, and it's a whole negative thought process I'm not going to get into in this video. It's another video I'm going to be educating people about where the sustainability idea comes from and how it's made for thought control and mind manipulation and society control. But Whole Earth Wisdom, Back to Nature series, is going to take you into freeing of the mind, thinking for yourself, becoming one with nature, not as in that whole la 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 stuff, but really feeling it, being part of it. There's a whole lot of stuff I'll be covering. We'll be talking about some living off the land, a little bit of survivability, but that is to bring your mind to the power of nature. It's a way of translating the information of what nature has to give to us, and the best way we can learn it through unlearning our societal propaganda lies, which we've been forced to believe in. Such as, let's take one, is out here in the woods, bears and wolves are going to eat you. Woo! You know, I've been in the woods my entire life. I haven't been eaten by a bear yet. I haven't been attacked by wolves or coy dogs or coyotes or mean creatures, Sasquatch, Yetis, whatever have you, that we're told are evil, bad things. That's society's propagandas and lies. What Wholearth Wisdom's Back to Nature series is going to incorporate is the Qigong. Coming in tune with ourselves, our homeostasis point. Coming in tune with our nature of our spirit. And allowing our spirit to speak with nature and listen back. That's much more important than all this fear-driven propaganda that society puts into our heads. People now fear natural foods. Now you might be thinking, wow, there's all these organic foods out there, but yeah, you take it out of the package. Come here. Before it gets into a package and eat it. Most people can't. It has to come out of a package in order to stick it in your mouth. Pulling something out of the ground, washing it off, and eating it. Raw. People cannot conceive that anymore. And yet, less than 100 years ago, we used to do this on an everyday basis. Lots of people. Now it's not even conceived anymore. It's got to go through a processing plant. Got to be put into a plastic bag and throw it into a freezer and put on your store shelves. This here is your store shelves. This here is where it all comes from. That's what Wholearth Wisdom Back to Nature Healing Series is all about, is releasing all that propaganda and lies that we told ourselves over and over again, generation after generation, here. When you actually start eating natural foods, right from the wild, the energy of it enhances you. You take hemlock needle tea. If you're sick, take a few hemlock needles, just a little bit, in your hand, a teaspoon, put it in your hot water, steep it for 2-3 hours, and sip it down. It tastes like wet plants. But the next day, you feel wonderful, full of energy, life. That's what Back to Nature's Wholearth Wisdom's That's what Wholearth Wisdom's Back to Nature's series is all about. Is understanding what nature has to offer us to enhance ourselves. What we have to do to come out of our shells to come back here. We have this shell around us. It's like, no, I can't be here. Release that shell. Release that fear. Get out of the back of your head. Come into the center. Energy of nature coming down through the center of your head, into your body, into the earth, and back around. Feel it. Let it flow through you. Don't put the shell up and say, oh no, I can't be out here in the woods, it's cold. Let nature flow through you. It'll warm you. This is what the Back to Nature series is all about. We've told ourselves lies. We've been raised upon them. Our society is built upon them. And now we are trying to get somehow, we're telling ourselves we're getting back to nature by going green. Let me tell you about the Prius. Have you ever thought about the Prius car? How unnatural that thing is? Oh, it saves you gas. Really? The whole thing's made of plastic, which is made from oil. The process that it takes to create the Prius car destroys more earth and more atmosphere than even thinkable. Yet we call it green technology. And can it be recycled? The battery that's in the Prius car is a heck of a lot more dangerous than your nuclear power plant sitting down the road from you. Take this Prius battery and crack it apart and throw it in a lake. Kill all the fish. It's a dangerous machine. It saves a little bit of gas. I tell you what, the gas that it saves was put into the oil that made the outside of it. All the plastic in it comes from oil, which could have been converted to gas for our gas-guzzling SUVs, I guess. You're not really making anything green by it. It's a lie. It's propaganda. You want a green car? Build it out of wood. Make it run on wood. There's sustainability. Wood grows back. Oil doesn't. Oil pollutes the atmosphere and stays there. That's not sustainability. There are things we can do when we come back to nature. This is where it gets fun. That you can get into free energy. The natural ebb and flow of nature is free energy. Society doesn't want you to know that. Society wants to control you. Out here, there is no control. It's up to character, self-control, and squirrels. But out here, you're allowed to be wild. It is your own thoughts that will govern your future. If you're a consumer and you go and you cut down all the trees because you can make a lot of money selling the trees, well, after a while there's no more trees until you have to wait for them to all grow back. And if you're impatient, you sell the land so someone can put up tar and a shopping mall, because he knows how to make money by selling the shopping mall. And the people in the shopping mall know how to make money by drawing people there to sell them products. And the trees don't grow back. Greed, impatience, all those things, all those thoughts destroyed much of the acreage of the earth. It's those thoughts that are destroying. So, on our Back to Nature series, we understand these thoughts. We get into our heads, get into our body, get into our soul. We understand these thoughts and what they do to destroy us or enhance us. The Back to Nature series is going to get into the enhancing of the mind-body system, and that works with my Chasing the Hidden Tiger class, where we're going in, we're chasing out those negative thoughts out of our bodies and cleansing our body and spirit and mind to accept the spirit of nature into us. Then the next step higher from that is co-creation. Co-creation is working with the spirits and God himself to enhance our lives, to enhance nature, and thus to enhance ourselves back. It is co-creation with the spirit world and ourselves that allows us to heal. But we need to get back here. We need to be part of this. This is where the last element of healing takes place. We can do Qigong, breath meditations, eat diets that are proper and good. We can cleanse our thoughts. We can become one with God, cleanse our environment. But until we're back here, until we're understanding nature, until we flow with it, the healing doesn't complete itself. That's the last element. And it's all going to be played together in all my videos. You're going to get the Qigong videos. You're going to get the breath meditation videos. You're going to get exercise videos, videos on how to live with the land. I've been cutting on my land now for 7 years. As you can see, there's still plenty of trees. Why? Because I let them grow back. As you see, this whole area was cleaned 5 years ago. 5 years later, little trees growing up. And in 20 years, they'll be the size of those back there. And I have the same amount of wood that I cut 20 years earlier in the same spot. Understanding that cycle is vitally important. Understanding the cycles of nature is vitally important. Understanding the energetic talking between us and nature is super vitally important. Nature talks to us all the time, but we're not listening. All we have to do is listen. And to enhance our body, enhance our mind, enhance our health, and in turn we give back and we can help nature. Not by interfering with the path of nature, but by enhancing it. There's a very fine line there to understand that. So, this whole Back to Nature series is about, I guess you call it, bio-harmonic living. That's the only term I can really come up with. But understanding the consciousness of the earth and the spirits, and how we can all work together and create this wonderful new future. We don't have to have society control. We don't have to have big government telling us what cars to buy, what food to eat, what healthcare plans we need to have. We don't need that. What we need is this: to think for ourselves, to be wild, be free, do what nature wants us to do. Coming in harmony with ourselves, speaking with our spirit, communicating with the above, finding our life path, and setting ourselves free. And letting ourselves understand the characters of the self that we need to enhance in order to improve ourselves and become healthy as we grow older. I hope that all makes sense. So there's going to be lots of videos with this Back to Nature series. I got me picking berries. I got this spring I'm going to be working on my river, my brook, and we're going to be making terracing of the embankments for herbal growth. We're going to be making reservoirs and understanding what the use of a reservoir is. I want to build an ice house and the use of that and how to do it. Hydropower, kind of off-grid living in a way, but not totally. It's so we can understand the consciousness of Mother Nature. It's so we can learn to work with it and blend and flow with it, and not fight it. Understanding videos about somewhat kind of survival, but not really. Videos on, like, out in the woods, what is there to eat? I mean, there's plenty of stuff out there right now, even though it's a dead cold winter. And this is the 1st of January. And there's still plenty of stuff out there. It's not living, dead, but there's seeds out there that we could eat. There's roots of plants that we can still dig up and eat. That gets into the kind of survival, but we can understand how the ebb and flow of nature works and how it can enhance us. There's a little bit of off-grid stuff with the hydropower and working with the forest. But the main part of the series is using these videos to help you understand that nature is full of life. It's conscious. It's constantly talking to us. And how to listen, how to work with it, how to co-create with the spirit and nature all as one. It's going to be an exciting video series. And over the course of this year, I want to put up a lot of videos about how we can enhance ourselves and free our minds of the society propaganda that's been filled up inside of our head. So, I hope you like this video and ask plenty of questions, because I really want to answer them. And I look forward to putting up more videos about the Back to Nature series, so you can see how the whole healing process happens with it. Thank you.